He didn't write me, so I was like, what's going on? Like, did he did he forget about me? And the thing is, like, I couldn't care less, but just that was already a big red flag in the beginning. The guy just having potential, don't put your hands into it, because like you're just dating the potential. I had the discipline part, he had the vision part. Always calculate the money as our money. Like, we have a very traditional split of our roles, basically. I was waiting for something controversial for you to say, because he's very controversial.
She never dated the black guy, so she saw that how people was looking at us everywhere we went, and I know how difficult it is to find a person like her. How many questions do you have?
I prepared the questions so you don't know them.
How many questions do you have?
I don't know, a few. Like a few. I screenshotted them. Hello guys, and welcome to my new YouTube video. Today it's a different video. It's not a vlog, it's a couple Q&A that you guys asked about. I was about to do that already a long time ago, but it didn't work out. But today I'm with my boyfriend. Introduce yourself.
Andre.
How old are you?
35.
And when is your birthday?
2nd of October.
89.
89.
And where are you from?
I was born in Portugal, but my mother is from Angola and my father was from Guinea-Bissau.
Exactly, so little introduction. And let's start with the questions, because I think I don't want this video to be huge. So first, very general question, how do you meet?
In a bus stop in Prague. I was just coming from a night out with some friends. We were moving to some house party, and while we were walking, I saw Klaudia sitting at the bench, and she was reading, I think. And then I looked back. I think we locked eyes. She was looking at me.
Okay, little disclaimer. So I was sitting on a bench. So basically, I was traveling with Flixbus, and I needed to pass through Prague because I needed to change buses. And I was just sitting there waiting on my connection bus, and I heard this group with music, and I was like so annoying. And then I looked up and I saw this guy already looking at me, him staring, and I was like, oh my god, please don't talk to me, because already someone else started to talk to me like randomly on the bus station. So I was like, and then they passed and he didn't talk to me, so I was like, oh, I guess it's fine. But then he comes back and started to talk to me. What did you say?
I don't know, maybe ask your name, or I know I bought you ice cream.
Yes. The second time he came back, he bought me an ice cream.
Then we exchanged Instagram and this. I took your phone because I didn't have a phone. So I gave you my Instagram, and the rest is history. Yes, and then,
yeah, it was such a coincidence. But then I texted him on Instagram. It was me that texted first, because he didn't actually either accepted my thing, my Instagram follow. He didn't write me, so I was like, what's going on? Like, did he did he forget about me? And the thing is, like, I couldn't care less, but just the fact that I was like ghosted was like made me interesting. Like, I guess this is like the issue of girls that we have. And but then it turns out he was partying for 2 days and he didn't have his phone. And when he had his phone, he texted me back, and I was just like, no, I don't remember, but I don't even remember what I wrote you.
Yeah.
But yeah, it turned out, and that was already a big red flag in the beginning, but I ignored it. I mean, like, literally think about it. Like, someone is not on his phone for 2 days because he was partying.
And she was like, yeah, I see the red flags, but I see more green ones. So
and it was like a random guy I just met.
And then he decided to book a trip to Prague.
Yeah, and then I was coming back, and I was stopping by my mom, and my mom lives like 2 hours from Prague. And I was like, okay, so the thing is, like, I was young, and I was like, I didn't have anything to do. I was like, and I knew he does parties, so he was doing parties in Prague. And I knew he does parties, so I was like, okay, let's like have some fun, I guess, right? So I went. I didn't know him, like, everyone thought I was crazy. I went back and we spent like 3 days together. He already thought I'm his girlfriend, whatever. He already like introduced me to his best friends and everything. I acted like girlfriend and boyfriend, but yeah, that happened not then. Like, we were not boyfriend and girlfriend. But yeah, and we were in a long distance relationship. for like the first year because I was having my big state exam and we didn't see each other much because it was also COVID. That was 2020, by the way. And then I moved to a city in Germany that was just 1.5 hours or 2 hours from Prague. So still long distance, but I was a lot of times in Prague, so it was like not so bad. And then the last half of the year before we moved to Portugal, he moved to Germany. So that's the story. It's very cute, and I thought it's like something special. And I was holding to that a lot of times when we had like any big arguments. I was holding to the story. So yes, I don't know with which question we want to go. Let's like have this like more. So the next question is, how did you know he was the one? So as I said, there were a lot of red flags in the beginning, and he was a piece of work. No, how do you say?
Piece of work.
No, yeah, and he was a piece of work, whatever. A huge piece of work.
Piece of shit.
No. So, as I said, like, he was partying a lot when we met. He also had the company, so he was quite like...
Still have the company.
Yeah, you still have the company, but he was very involved in the company where he was still at the parties, like, managing it. And, like, a lot of red flags. Like, he... Also, like, I found out he was 30 and I was 24, 23. So I was like, he's old. Why he doesn't have a family? Why he doesn't have a...
Your mom thought I had a family in Portugal.
Yeah, my mom was like, does he have kids and stuff? And why he doesn't have like his life figured out, you know, like all these red flags. But the thing is, like, I didn't have a moment of I knew that was him, like, because of some things that you did in the beginning. I think it was like more the picture of you always wanted more and you always were teaching me things, you were always ambitious. And I just saw the potential, and so many people on the internet would tell you that if that's the case of like the guy just having potential, don't put your hands into it, because like you're just dating the potential, you don't dating the outcome of what he can be. But in my case it was different. I did see the potential, and we worked. The thing is, I was not perfect either. Like, I had my issues as well, and maybe if you want to talk about them. But
no.
So we were both not perfect. We were both trying to have like a better life, and very ambitious. Me, not so much in the beginning, but he always like putting the desire in me to be a better person, and all of this journey kind of started because of him. So I was always very inspired by him. That's why I like was stuck with you, because I just saw so many benefits, even though we had very hard times. And I think it was not like a moment when I knew, it was just a process of seeing like the good things and being patient. And I don't know if I would give every one of you this advice to be like that, but in certain situations you need to be like to build something together, and not having like the guy is not like perfect, already has everything, right? Just you build together, but not everyone is like this, because I think the most important thing is that the guy needs to want it for himself as well, to change, to build, you know what I mean?
Want and actually like take action. Like, a lot of people talk about wanting things, but if you see their day-to-day from 8 in the morning until 5 in the night, nothing there shows that they actually want what they say they want. So you need to be very careful if the dreams are matched by actions.
Yeah.
But I think that yesterday I learned something that is, I think, even though people is like it's so hard to guess, I think the best investment somebody can make is on people. Because I was thinking, like me, for example, my mother, there was nowhere she could invest in a business that she could get so much cash return as she gets from me. Like in her life, where she could make a business that runs on auto, she doesn't need to do anything, and spits money every single month plus extras, right? The owner of my gym, like his mother had like 3 boys and 1 girl, and his father was drunk, and she raised them alone, and now 3 of the boys are super well set, including him. So she has like so much return on investment. So I think like the best investment somebody can do, even though it's difficult, is finding right people. because it's like you get so much back from it, you know.
Yeah, but I think it's
It's
you need
tricky.
to still, yeah, it's tricky, and you need to have like a kind of a skill, and you might also fail, and that's okay as well. You just need to know where to quit and to go and to leave. But yeah, if
And
you
you also
see,
need to, and I think communication is very important, and you also need to be very clean and clear. You know, I don't try to hide my intentions or have some like hidden plans.
yeah,
You know, I think that's important too.
yeah, true. Okay, next question. Were you both equally into self-development when you meet? No, for sure not. And there was already way ahead of me. Like he was already the psychologist and teaching me everything. I was basically at zero. I was very, I was not ambitious. Didn't have any goals. I literally didn't have any goals. I didn't know what I wanted to do in life. I was overweight. I was not like working towards myself. So we were not. And Andrea was already reading a lot of books. He had a good body. He was always trying to improve in these kind of things, and always like he showed me a lot of, like, for example, this book it reminds me of, because it's Tony Robbins. One day, like we didn't know each other a long time, but he turned on like Tony Robbins on the Netflix, like a show, and we watched it, and he was like that show, and then we went through it. We started crying and like reviewing our life and talking about like deep stuff, and like this was kind of the moment when I woke up a little bit and started to wanting to change. So we were not at the same level. I was way back.
But also, like Claudia taught me things like I didn't like I was really into self development, but then my actions was not so much connect. Like I read a lot about it, but sometimes I didn't practice it. Like I was drinking, going out, partying. I was super irresponsible. Like I had like yin and yang in the same person. So Claudia also taught me like, okay, she was not into self-development, but at least she was into basic stuff that don't set your life back. And
I was always
not
kind
into
of
that
disciplined,
stuff.
you know?
Yeah.
I always had like a base of discipline, like I always needed to do the things I need to do, still until now, but yeah, and we kind of connected, and it kind of made sense for us to connect because we complement each other. So I had the discipline part, he had the vision part, the more creative thing, and then we just like melted and created like this.
And I think I have a lot of discipline too, but it's like in very specific things. So Claudia just made me like maybe adapt this to every like routine things, basic things on a day to day. Like because I could be the worst on a day to day and be very disciplined in one topic or like physical or business or whatever, but then everything else I would just disregard. And I think Claudia just made me more well-rounded.
Yeah. Is there something we don't agree if it comes to mindset or visions for the future? I don't think so.
No, I think it's more like sometimes we don't agree, but usually we say, okay, like I like to say, okay, if some idea here is not correct, I'll take full responsibility on that idea not being correct. Please just let's execute on this, and then if it's not correct, whatever happens, it's my fault. I carry the blame, but let's try. So usually we decide like this when we have.
Yeah, so I do trust him with a lot of things. Like I just say, like even though I don't think it's a good idea, I say like do what you're gonna do, because I know that it will not leave him, like if he doesn't do it, then you will be always thinking about it and blah blah blah, and like it doesn't make sense. I just like try it, I trust you. If it doesn't work out, it's on you, but then I still trust him to figure out, if that doesn't work, to figure out something else. So I think we don't have, like if it comes to big visions in life, we don't have any disagreements. We know exactly where we want to go, in which direction, and what we want to achieve. Like we have different goals ourselves, but the whole vision, like we don't have any disagreements on that. Like when it comes to where do we live, how many kids we have, like I think we are more or less
The kids.
Yeah, I mean we are on the same page more or less, but when it comes like day-to-day things, we do kind of have some disagreements sometimes, but we figure it out. And sometimes I also need to open myself to more things because I'm very close and I'm very like I don't like to take risks and he likes to take risks. So this kind of is like a conflict sometimes.
I really don't like to take risks. I just want to improve my life.
But you want because you think that this will help us.
That's the only way. Otherwise, we'll never figure it out. We'll never learn. We'll never improve. I really like things to be set and everything planned and what to do at every single hour and every single second and plan for the future and what's going to happen tomorrow. I like that. But I know that we need to try different things because until the results, physical, financial, everything are what we want them to be, we need to keep moving. And even though when we reach those results, it's already time to keep moving to something else.
Yeah.
So.
And also the question was like what we do day to day. So you can say what you do. Like
depends on the day, but waking up.
Like what's your profession? What do you do in life?
I sell parties in Prague. I have a company with a business partner that is also my childhood's best friend, and we have a company that sell events every single day, and we have big seasons which is Halloween and New Year's Eve. Like it's like right now I've been selling New Year's Eve like for the past month or so, and now it's like tightening up the schedule, so I'm very focusing on that. And besides that, I sell courses about digital marketing, life coaching, creating your brand, creating your personal brand, learning how to use social media. So this is what I do on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah, and you already know, I'm a content creator. I also do digital marketing with my own digital products. Like most of the things that are money is like collaborations in my case. And yeah, I'm more focused on like the social media part, where he has the other job as well. And I also do all of my social media managing myself. So this is kind of what we do.
I also do my social media managing myself for 2 accounts.
Yes. We have a lot to do, but we love what we do, so it's like nice, and we have like the freedom of working from home, and it's literally the best. I would not want to go anywhere to work. So what was the annual meeting you had? What does it include? So people were super interested in that when I posted it. I have so many views on that story. Yeah. So we wanted to plan our 2025. We still are not done. And basically we wanted to figure everything out from what we want to be, how do we want to look like, business, work, money, family, everything we plan like together, we sit down and make a plan. Yeah,
and like we are big on and I am big on having a vision, like, okay, what's the highest level I can get physically, what's the highest level I can get mentally, what are the things that I need to learn, where do I want to live, who do I want my kids to be friends with. Like I think about this like the perfect scenario, and then I just year by year make plans how to get to that ultimate vision, and like, so last year I made my plan for 2024. Of course, some things I achieve, other things I don't achieve. Then it's important at the end of the year to review everything that happened in 2024, to adjust, see, okay, money-wise, we wanted to do this. Okay, this is the number that we got. Okay, what's the number that we want for 2025? What are the things that we can put in place to get us the better chance to achieve that? Then what are the daily habits that come from that? So that's what we were working on. Now we are working on our vision for 2025, the goals for each category, and then we need to go deeper to understand, okay, day to day, who do I need to be, what do I need to do, so that compounds to the result that I want to have. Yeah,
we had this like big question because we watched a video about it, like who do you want to, like your 2028 version of yourself and your life. Do that very like wide, and then split it into smaller steps for 2025. Like for example, I want to grow this and this amount on Instagram, right? I want to be the biggest influencer in my niche. So what are the steps this year or today that I need to do, and so on. So you basically have a huge goal and you split it into small goals, into habits that you need to do every day.
And also, guys, because if you don't plan, if you don't dream, you become somebody that you don't want to be. And a lot of you that are watching this, you know that that's a fact. If you're not dreaming, if you're not really reaching down to your soul to understand who you really want to be, what is your wildest dream, if you could just press a button and you could get it, you will get lost, just go with the motion and get further and further away from who you were supposed to be. So it's very important to plan and to set goals and to review and to set the mood for it. And we start planning in 2025 because we start changing in 2024. Like, I don't want to wake up on January 1st and then be like, oh, New Year, so what now?
Yeah.
Let me put some goals like real quick. It's not like that, you know. I've been thinking about 2025 since October, November.
Yeah. Qualities of a power couple. Good communication.
Like, first of all, guys, these things of power couple, we are just a couple. I don't like to put titles on things. I don't like to put expectations on things. We are just two humans that are together. We decide to be together. I don't want to say, oh, power couple. This is for other people, you know. We are just we're a couple that go through everything that everybody goes through, and we're trying to make the best, to be the best couple we can be. But I don't want to put titles on. But communication is very important.
Very, very important. Every time we have arguments, it's mostly because we don't communicate well.
Knowing who you are. Don't settle for less. You need to know who you are. Like, your partner says, hey, jump on the pool. You're like, I don't jump on pools. Why should I jump? Oh, no. You need to know exactly who you are. And communication, knowing who you are. Trust. Asking the hard questions. Like, there is not one difficult conversation that I'm holding on to have with Klaudia.
Yeah.
So, like, sharing like how you feel, what you think about things, and really the dirty stuff and nasty stuff that you would like to hide from your girlfriend, like, don't hide. I think that's important. Like, Klaudia knows that, like, my deepest secrets and like how I really am. So then also she can be the biggest gift of being super open and super transparent is that she can expect things from me. It's not something will happen and she'll be like, oh, big surprise.
I mean, in the beginning it was.
Yeah, but now she's like, okay, I know who the guy I'm laying down with is really, you know, and I know what things we need to be careful on, what things we need to pay attention to, if he's going down the bad route, like,
yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, having difficult conversations. Don't leave to show somebody that your life is good. Like, make sure that your life is really good, like inside of the house, you know, and fight for that more than fighting for other people to accept you as a great couple, you know.
Yeah. True. How do you manage your finance as a couple? I think that's easy. We just have our money together. We don't have any split accounts. We have everything together. Like, we have split accounts, but our money is our money. So when we spend, we always spend from us, and we always calculate the money as our money. Even though we're not married, we do it that way. It works for us, and you need to have the trust in your partner for it to work, I think. Yeah.
So we see our money like it's a pot. We want the pot to grow, to multiply the pot. Everything that we both bring in, we put it on this pot, and this pot is working for the family, for paying for our house, for paying for our lifestyle, for paying for our trips, for paying for our investments, for paying for everything. And ultimately, I'm the responsible for the pot. So every week we put on an Excel sheet how much the pot grew, if the pot went up, if the pot went down, what were the expenses, what we were supposed to be spending, if there is something we are spending a lot on, if we are spending less than, and then we make agreements. Okay, this week this is the recap. Okay, are we happy with this? Yes, I'll celebrate. What we're gonna spend next week? That's how we do. It's a weekly review of everything we do. We review it weekly and monthly. We close every month and say, okay, this is what we achieved, this is what we didn't achieve.
Yeah.
That's how we manage things.
And we got also like a question about feminine energy and how to increase my feminine energy. And I think these like kind of things that he does, like taking care of the bills, taking care of all of these things around the house.
Klaudia doesn't have no idea about anything else besides Leo and digital marketing.
And the house, I am taking care of the house. I'm taking care of the cooking, and like we have a very traditional split of our roles basically. And because I like it, because I like to take care of the house, because I like to be taking care of everything, I would hate to do his work. I can kind of be in my feminine energy doing what I like, even though it is super, like it is work, it is a lot of work, and it's also very demanding. Having a child is very demanding, and doing all of these things is demanding, but I really like it, and that is how I stay in my feminine energy, when I don't need to take care and I don't need to think about all of this. Sorry, the camera died. So what I was saying was, I don't do all of these things, and I don't worry about these things, because I think it comes with a huge responsibility, and like that I'm kind of in peace with these things. So I still need to work on that, to be more like feminine, kind and nice. I do, and that is my goal. Like many of you don't agree with that, or many people like nowadays don't agree with that, but that is my goal.
I don't want to be married with a man, so
I was waiting for something controversial for you to say.
I'm not like controversial.
Yes, you are.
I'm just like, I say the things as they make sense to me, but since 5, 6 years, 7 years from now, everything that is logical became a big topic. So for me, it's like, why shouldn't I say my son that he needs to be number one in everything? Oh, because this is toxic. Okay, so should I tell him to be number two? I don't know. It's just, for me, this was like ABC when I was growing up, and now it starts to be everything is debatable. Okay, everybody can choose what philosophies they can go for, but I think like some things, I think the world is changing, technology is changing, these things are changing, but I think principles in education, they don't need to change so much. Like people is people, and that's it, you know.
Yeah. So what tips do you have on feminine energy more?
Me? Mm-hmm. I have no tips on feminine energy. On masculine energy I have tips. On feminine I have no.
Yeah, I mean it depends, because for everyone it's also different. Everyone wants different things, but I think just for you to do the things you enjoy as a woman, and find a partner that kind of takes the role of these heavy things. Okay, I think 2 more questions or 3 more questions. And the next question is, people are always asking me where to find a man like you. Like disciplined, ambitious, with good intentions.
I think also you need to be, like men like me, I can talk for myself, like, are very picky. So you need to be careful if you're not, if you have the opportunity to meet a man like me, but your ideas are not in the right place, it will go away and you will not even know, because he will not tell you. But from the beginning I was like putting a lot of tests in front of Klaudia to see if she would pass or not, and that's what made me trust her and give myself to her and to want to build something with her. First day we met, or second day we were at my place, I told her, look, like if you keep eating like this, not like this fat on the belly is not gonna go away.
Please stop.
No, but it's true. And if she would,
I was talking about this a lot of times.
If she would react in a negative way, meaning I want to help her. Look, you have potential. I told her, look, you have potential to have an amazing body. You have potential to be so hot. You cannot even imagine how hot you can be. But you need to make some changes. And the fact that she listened to it and she was like, the same day we went through the sweet store, I completely forgot about what I told her, and I wanted to buy her some sweets, and she straight away refused. And I was like, okay, she's special. And then we were walking on the street first day together, and a lot of people was like turning their face and looking at us, and she never experienced that because she never dated a black guy. So she saw how people was looking at us everywhere we went, and I was like, look, this is how it's gonna be for the rest of your life. If you are dating me, this is what's gonna happen. Are you okay with that? And she just grabbed me, and she was like, she couldn't care less, and all those things made me trust her more. How she dealt with the difficult situations. We were traveling during COVID to see each other when people could not travel cross country. We were like getting on trains to meet each other. We were so committed, like, and yeah. So you need to.
You as a woman need to have good qualities as well.
Yeah, it's like you as a woman need to have good qualities as well. And the fact that she wants to have just one guy, that she's not texting guys around, that she's not want to go out with friends all the time to get drunk and come home late, that she doesn't have none of these attitudes and her priority is always the family. That's what also made me be the guy that I am, because I also appreciate that and I know how difficult it is to find a person like her. So if you want a guy that is difficult to find, you also need to be very difficult to find.
So I needed to feed our little son. Come here. He was crying a little. So we ended this conversation with saying that you need to be that person basically as well, with good qualities. And that is how you attract these kind of people. So it's not like about a place where you go where you find these people. Like we met like at the bus station.
We were lucky also.
Of course, there's luck. Yeah, of course.
I think you can also make. Of course, if you go to the club, probably it's not gonna be there. Can be there, but
yeah, can be, but most likely no. Most likely no. It's just like
during the day in a park, in a walk, or going for a jog. You know, you go to a jog somewhere where people goes jogging and the gym, like people where people has healthy habits and healthy ideas. For example, 6 in the morning, 7 in the morning in the gym, 8 a.m. in the gym. Probably you're gonna meet people that is more aligned with your on a Saturday or on a Sunday because they didn't go out partying. You know, little things that you can like do on purpose to meet people like that. And
I wanted to also clarify the fat thing. Like, for example, when he told me I have belly fat or whatever it was, like. He grabbed and he was like, yeah, no, it was like this, he grabbed my belly and he's like, yeah, you want to go to the gym or something like that. The thing is, this is kind of harsh, but, and many people would be like, oh, this is so toxic and so on, but it works for me. This is what motivates me, and this is how I got to where I am today. And in the end of the day, he could said to me, like, you're perfect the way you are, but I would still not be content with myself because I was not happy with myself how I was. So you just need to have like personalities that match. And even though it sounds harsh, it is the truth, and I am all about just facts and the truth and objective truth. So like I was a little bit overweight, I wasn't looking my best, and I'm grateful that he helped me with that. And and his way of saying that was a little harsh, but in the end of the day, that's the truth, and that's what I value. And I don't like any this safe space, talk nicely, you are the way, don't change. I'm just not about that. I just like to be harsh on things because I think that's how you actually achieve something in life. So and the last question, do you want more babies in the future?
Yes, more too.
So we have our little baby, Leo. He is almost 6 months. And I did not enjoy my pregnancy a lot. I didn't have any complications. I felt amazing, but I just don't feel like I want to have a lot of pregnancies in general. I just feel big and unmotivated. So I said look, I don't want to have 5 kids, whatever. I don't want to go through so many pregnancies and bouncing back all the time. I just want to be myself. So I can definitely have one more baby myself. And then the third one, we were thinking about adopting. But let's see how it goes. The life, we don't know. If it happens, it happens.
Maybe we need to adopt a black baby because apparently we're not able to make a black baby.
So Leo is he has my skin color. He's a little darker than me, but it's crazy because usually mixed couples, they have usually mixed kids, his color and my color mixed together, which is the middle, right? And to have...
He has mixed hair.
He has mixed hair, that's true. He doesn't have a afro like he has, doesn't have straight hair, he has curls. But to have a baby that is so light, I think it's not even 1% chance. It's and especially because my genes, which are the light genes, are less dominant. Yours are more dominant. So to have a white baby is crazy. No, but let's see. We don't know how it will be, but we are planning to have 3 kids. But not right now. We will take a little bit of time to build our lives and to
finances
and everything around to be more wealthy.
Yeah.
To have less worries, whatever, and we want to have 3 eventually, but you never know, maybe.
Yeah, maybe 4.
No, maybe 2. Yeah, let's see. So these were the questions, and it was very fun answering them. I hope you liked it, and if you have any more questions, ask them in the description, and maybe we can do a part 2 in, I don't know, a few weeks or months or so on, if you like it. So have a great day, and see you in my next video. Bye!
Bye!